Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. Big event happening next weekend, and it's all in celebration of bonsai trees. Welcome Dale Harder from the Cleveland Bonsai Club. I just learned again, I think every time you're on, I have to learn the proper way to say it because I always want to say bonsai.
Right.
And most people do say it that way, right?
Absolutely.
And you're saying it wrong. So you got to fix that, right?
Miniature potted tree, not die.
So, but these trees are so neat and so unique and beautiful. Are they hard though to manicure and keep? I would say keep alive.
Once you learn the basic horticultural techniques, they're actually a lot of fun. It takes a little time, you know, and you can apprentice for a long time. 30 years is about average. But once you learn the techniques, you stop killing the trees. You're doing good.
Now, before we get into how the techniques of maintaining one, if you would like to get one, let's go into the history of them a little bit, if that's okay with you.
Started about 700 AD in China. They were originally, they were found actually or created by the monks that used to cut the herbs and the various things for the palace. And when they would cut them, they noticed that they started taking forms and shapes, and this produced a form of art. And so they would produce them for royalty. Now, to own them as a commoner was punishable by death.
Wow.
Yeah, so then the Japanese finally caught on to it, and they've been doing it ever since as well. So it's a long history.
But so now it's okay for commoners to,
yes,
folks
absolutely.
like us to have one of these,
Otherwise,
right?
I'm in big trouble.
Now, because they weren't initially, you know, in this part of the world, how do they handle our climate?
Well, the trees that we own or that we care for, we make sure that if they're basically acclimatized to this region so that they don't have difficulty. But if we were to bring, say, a tropical tree from Florida up here, then it would have trouble acclimating to the snow and the winters that we have. And you know, all know how that goes.
Oh, yes.
So that would probably kill the tree. So we try to get trees that are acclimatized to their areas.
So if you were, I know this one looks perfectly manicured and groomed, but you have a lot of tools that you would use.
Basic tools.
To do so. Can you just go through a few of these with us and what you would do? I know that this one's all done, correct?
Well,
is that one done
they're
as
never
well?
done.
Oh,
They're
never
always,
done.
always
a work in
changing
progress?
because they are living organisms and they change constantly. So they're referred to as living art. Okay.
Well, what would you use the brush for?
Well, if I were to do some trimming on the tree or on the moss or various things, then it's very easy to just brush that stuff away. So common paintbrush is very good. We have a root hook, which we use when we're replanting or repotting. We carefully dig away the roots. And let me tell you, everybody's friend, tweezers, long nose tweezers.
Those are great for eyebrows too.
Yeah, they absolutely are,
okay.
you know, especially mine. Okay, now probably the only specialized tools that we have is a concave cutter that's a necessity, or a knob cutter, and a pair of shears like this. And a little knife that helps us for either grafting or for digging around a pot, removing a tree without injuring the roots. And then of course we have various assorted dozens of different kinds of wire, either copper or aluminum. And this is used to train the tree in a position to hold a branch.
So you can mold it the way you want. They're beautiful, and clearly there's different types.
Yes.
And it's not just one, I mean, these have blooms on them, the flowers on them.
This is a Satsuki azalea from Japan. It's about 45 years old, started by one of my masters, and then I got it as a gift. Then this is a dwarf Scots pine. It is about 65 to 70 years of age. And that is an American tamarack, which I collected from the wild, way up in Canada in the Bruce Peninsula. And it's been estimated to be between 150 and 160 years old.
Well, if someone wanted to buy one of these, would they normally get them when they're aged like this? And the older they are, the more expensive they become?
They're considered specimen trees, yeah. And then they can carry quite a price tag.
Interesting. So you can learn a lot because, again, they have this big event happening, not this weekend, but next weekend, June 22nd and 23rd. It's the 2019 Summer Show at Rockefeller Park Garden and Greenhouse there. It's free admission and parking, and then it's bonsai exhibits, right? Bonsai exhibits, and now I'm saying exhibits wrong. Sales, and they will have also demonstrations for you and vendors, so you can learn a lot. It's not just about buying. You can learn a lot about how to grow these trees.
We will have a couple of food trucks, one each day. That's also, well, of course, you buy that, but it's free to have them. There will be other companies there, potters, all different kinds of things. The wonderful thing is that Rockefeller is absolutely free. Most people don't even know it's there. It's off of I-90 and MLK, just as you get off. And it's a wonderful place. And all the gardens and the greenhouses of orchids are wonderful. And again, they're absolutely free.
It'll be a great event. You know, I just have to say one more thing. Wouldn't it be nice if we looked that good at 100 and some
Oh
years
my
old?
goodness, I should only hope.
If only.
I should only
Well,
hope.
thank you for coming in.
Thank
Pleasure
you
to see
so
you
much
again.
to have.